All right, joining us now for more is one of the few Republicans who has been pushing for this from the very beginning, South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace. So good to see you. What's happening right now? Is the Senate going to vote on this tonight?
Well, the rumor is they may vote on it very soon, but also we know that there are some in the House that want to delay the vote in the Senate by demanding modifications to the discharge petition. I met with Epstein victims today. I've met with them a couple of times. They don't want any more delays. They want this vote to happen. They want it to get it to the president's desk to sign. President Trump said he would sign it and move it forward. He's all on board, and we thank him for it. I know of no other president who's been as supportive of women as Donald Trump. 2 weeks ago, I called President Trump because a young woman out of Virginia needed brain surgery. And he was the only person in the country that I could call and get help. 12 hours later, she was approved for her brain surgery. A few hours after that, I needed help once again, a Hail Mary, because I had a constituent stuck in a prison in Bosnia because she lost her passport. It was Donald Trump in the White House who rescued a young woman in Bosnia in a Sarajevo prison. He did that. He supports us, and I just want to praise him for it.
No, Congresswoman, those are stories that you rarely hear about the president because the rest of the media won't talk about them. We will. Just so I'm clear, let's say the Senate does change the House version of the bill. Would it then have to go back to the House and pass again?
It would have to come back to the House. It is a delay tactic if they do that. We believe that child sexual abuse material would be redacted based on the discharge petition. The discharge petition was written in a way that would protect the victims and protect any CSAM photos or videos. Nobody wants to see that, okay? What we do want to do is get to the bottom of it and give these women justice. They've been fighting for 30 years. And I see this as justice, not just for them, but for women like me and other women who are survivors who might not ever get justice. This is a very symbolic vote for us tonight. We want to get it to the president's desk without any more delays.
Okay, who specifically is holding up the bill right now? Who is doing this?
Well, no one right now, but we did hear from the Speaker of the House earlier today who pointed out what he believes to be flaws. I disagree with the Speaker on this. And says that it needs to change in the Senate. I hope that we don't stop it. I hope that the Senate will move forward and put this bill on the desk for the president to sign, as he said he would.
Yeah, we do too. Politico today, Congress is expected to release all the Epstein files, which you did, but Donald Trump worries that that will not be enough. Are people going to be satisfied? One White House official said no, because people in this country genuinely believe that the federal government is in possession of a list of pedophiles who work with Jeffrey Epstein, and that's just not true. How big a problem is that if once this is all released, maybe redacted, the public's still not satisfied?
Well, I'll be right there with the unsatisfied public. You can't tell me that we had 1,000 women that were trafficked and there was only one single accomplice. There had to be other people involved. I don't care if it were the Clintons. I don't care that Prince Andrew had his title taken away because I spoke out about Prince Andrew a few months ago. More needs to happen. If you sexually assault a kid, you need to be prosecuted. And I don't care if you have an R or D by your name. I don't care if you're a billionaire. If you're at Rape Island 28 times, allegedly as former President Bill Clinton, you got to be held accountable.
All right. I'm wondering why there's not any specific language about redacting Bill Clinton's name in the House version of this bill. The New York Times today wrote about everything that's going to be released in the House version, all unclassified records, documents, communications, investigation materials, including records relating to Epstein's detention, death, flight logs, aircraft owned or used by Epstein, civil settlements, immunity, or plea agreements, and it goes on like that. I won't bore you. Nothing specific about Bill Clinton. And I guess my concern is that this thing does make it to the president's desk eventually, and everything we want to know is redacted with a black Sharpie.
Well, there'll be very strong conservative voices that will be pointing it out and be with Newsmax and every other conservative media pundit out there demanding the truth. You can't tell me that all this happened to 1,000 or more women and nobody else is culpable. Somebody drove the car, somebody flew the plane, somebody opened the door, somebody saw what was happening, somebody condoned it, somebody assisted, somebody helped. And we need to know who those people are, and they need to go to jail.
Okay, just a question sort of on the other side of this issue. The Wrap wrote about the Epstein emails showing that conspiracy theorists were right. Eyes Wide Shut is real. Now, have you seen that movie, Eyes Wide Shut, with Tom Cruise? Came out 20 years ago. The Epstein email
I've
suggests
heard of it.
that,
I didn't see it because that's not my genre.
okay, it's not really my genre either. But the Epstein email suggests that, in fact, there is a widespread code among people with power and money who support one another. They are pals no matter what side of the aisle they are, no matter what club they are members of, no matter what sins their members or transgressions they take part in. It's all explained away and understood. Can you speak to that? You've been in Congress for a while. I know you're running for governor of South Carolina. But does that exist in Washington?
I'm not part of the powerful. I'm not part of the elite. I'm an island of one. I don't get invited to parties. I don't have any friends. I have a dog. So it's not the kind of thing that I would have knowledge of, but nothing surprises me anymore. The kind of corruption that I see at all levels of government, the federal, state, and local level, nothing would surprise me if that's what's going on, that there are people out there that are protecting each other because they're powerful. I wouldn't be shocked by that. And today was a very symbolic vote. It was about giving power to the powerless and taking power away from the powerful. And that's what people care about today.
All right. Nancy Mace, great to see you again tonight. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.